What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? It's Big Game James here on Silver and Blue Nation on the late night hype. Whoa, Eastside Harold comes in with the $10 holla. Hey ho, $10 holla. But we ain't talking no football today, but I appreciate he said, ain't no cowgirl talk. This might be the best video ever. Keep supporting the brothers. Hey, Jhill, my homeboy Eastside Harold, he's a Houston Texans fan, right? He be hating on my Cowboys. So anytime I post, he be talking bad trash though, but he be donating, so I love you. Donation. Yeah, we're doing a little something different today. We always talking about Cowboys. We always talking football. We always talking all that mess. But you know what? We're not going to do that tonight. Like, we're not going to do it because it's an off season. It's slow. And I said, you know what? We're going to talk a little bit of boxing because I got a dog that's coming up and he's about to go pro, about to go in the ranks, play football for me in a youth league. Had all these anger issues, always want to knock people out, always want to scrap and beat up people. I said, hey, man. And I heard what you said, Jhill. I heard what you said to a couple other people. You said, yeah, you was my inspiration. Coach J should have been your inspiration because I was in your inbox saying, dude, you need to go boxing because you always want to fight. But anyway, I got my boy Jhill here. He is my dog. Play football for me. He has been boxing for quite a bit now, and he's about to turn pro. But go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about yourself, and then we'll jump right into a few little questions.
How y'all doing? My name is Jalen Hill, Sr. I am a boxer. I boxed out of Barry Rec Center on the south side. You know, my record is 25-10 as amateur. You know, I got one more fight coming up February 15th. It will be a show. Please come out and watch me. I will put on the show. It's The Last Dance. Please come out. I got tickets. If you need tickets, please hit me up. I got them on sale, $10 a ticket. I will put on the show. Please come out and watch me. But it's just boxing. It's where it's at. Like, real talk. If you got kids, I think you should put them in boxing because it helps your anger. Because like he said, I used to have a lot of anger problems.
Right.
Coming up playing football, I had a lot of anger problems, but boxing, it helped me control my anger. And that's one thing I feel like a lot of kids need. They need to learn how to control their anger.
I totally agree with you. I have an anger issue as well. My cousin actually has his own boxing spot. It's near the west side. And my cousin is one of those, we call him the quiet storm. He doesn't talk a lot, but he fights. And, you know, one of my things is when you box, number one, boxing is a totally different monster. As far as the training, okay, yeah, you know how we used to train when we did football for those couple of years. I used to train y'all. I used to work y'all ass off, and make sure you tell them that Coach J didn't play no games. We worked our ass off on that football field. We trained.
Killer bees on the swarm.
Killer bees on the swarm. What? You know what it is. So you know how that training is, but boxing training is a lot different. Tell them a little bit, Jalen, about what the boxing training is like compared to football.
The boxing training, it's like because like tired. You want to train while you're tired. Like, you want to spar while you're tired. You want to do everything while you're tired. And it just make you work harder. Because when you want to fight and you get tired, your body got to be used to working while you're tired. So, and it's just like it's a different level. Because boxing, you know, you got a certain level that you go to in football. In football,
right.
You a certain level you got to go to. Okay, you got to stop. You don't want to hurt yourself too much. You got a game coming up.
Right.
But in boxing, you got to push yourself to that limit and over that limit, just so your body can be used to that during the fight. Because you never know what's gonna happen in the fight. Never know.
Right.
So you got to be prepared for everything.
I definitely feel that. And let me tell you something. When I first jumped in the ring, I did one round in the very beginning, and that round, it was 3 minutes. It felt like it felt like 20 minutes. I was like, oh, hell no. Hold up. I was like, okay. I remember when I used to look on the outside in and be like, hey, man, it's round 5. Why they not fighting? Why they not boxing? Then I had to go in the ring, and then I actually had to do it. And when I did just one round, I was like, okay, hold up. I get it now. That 3 minutes feels like 100 years. if you're in there. I mean, it does, and especially if somebody's coming at you all round. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is crazy. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole different level of training. Now, give me a little bit about your background, where you grew up, family life, kid. I mean, tell it all. Whatever you want to tell me, tell it all.
Well, yeah, I was born in Youngstown, Ohio,
Okay.
but most of my life I was raised in Columbus, Ohio. I was in Columbus, Ohio most of my whole life. You know, I got 5 siblings,
Uh-huh.
4 brothers, 1 sister. You know, my mom raised 6 by herself, strong.
Yes,
Strong black
sir.
love lady.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She is
You
definitely
know,
strong. I love her to life.
Miss CC. And I grew up on the east side, you know, east side for life, east
Uh-huh.
side till I die.
Mm-hmm.
It just grew up. I grew up in like hard neighborhoods. You know, I grew up tough. It was a tough young life because my mom had to raise 6 by herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one lady raising 6 kids by herself, that's gonna be real tough.
And mostly all boys.
So, yep.
So I know that's even harder.
So
You got
that's
all boys.
all boys, like, and a girl. So it's just hard. It was hard coming up, and definitely me being the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what made me be a boxer for real. Cause me being the youngest, cause you know, growing up as the youngest, you know, you go through all your brothers. You got to fight all your older brothers.
Exactly.
You know, you got to go through all of it with all of them. But my main brother that I want to shout out, June, because he was the main one I used to fight a lot as a kid. Like, if y'all know me and June, we used to fight as kids like we wasn't brothers. We used to try to take each other head off. So I love him to death for that, because he one of the main reasons why I'm a boxer. I got to give it to him for that one.
Nice.
He gave me a lot of L's, though. I got to give it to him. He gave me a lot of L's.
But see, when you get the L's, that makes you better. You don't just come out winning; you come out losing. Especially if you're going against your brothers, the older brothers. They're not gonna let you win, dog. You're gonna take L's, but that's gonna make you better because you're boxing. You're like, well, if I can bang against them, I get in the ring. I can beat all y'all up. You feel me?
Quick and easy work.
Now, we met, it was like around 2007, I think. Your mom brought you over to the Mayberry Mustangs. You played football for me for a couple of years. Kind of tell your experience. Of why did you want to get into football, or what was it? Why did you kind of do the football thing?
Football thing, really, back then, it was just something to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just my cousin played football.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the quarterback, Rodney Brown
Right.
Jr., he played quarterback. So that's something to do with my cousin, you know, activities, young, just want to do an activity. Because I don't know, I just feel like I feel like I was okay in football, but I feel like I wasn't good in football. I feel like no other sport was really for me.
Right.
And besides boxing. Now that I'm in boxing, I feel like I'm great in boxing, but every other the sport I wasn't great at. So, but it was just a activity my mom wanted me to do. But I loved it, though. I loved it for the Mayberry Mustangs. I loved it. It was like one of the funnest moments of my life.
Right.
That team.
Killer bees on the swarm.
Oh man.
You know how we do. People don't understand. Like
Our
defense was nasty. Like, people don't understand. Like, you know, when I tell people, like, I'm Coach J, like, people don't understand. Like, when they see Big Game James or my Silver and Blue Nation, they don't understand, dog. I'm Coach J first. I'm Coach J. And we used to get it, you know what I'm saying? Our defenses, you didn't score on us. You didn't score points on us. You didn't do nothing on us. We were killer bees on the swarm. We hit you hard. We swarmed you. It wasn't just one person hitting you. It was about 5 or 6 people, and we attacked you every single play. Did we not tell them, Jhill? Tell them what we did over there, man.
Every play we did not play. Like, we had the smallest corner in the whole league. The best,
and it was the dog. And he was a dog. You feel me? Jacob Mercer, dog. Little tiny Tim. And what they always used to do, Jalen, they used to always run to his side first play. And what'd he do? Get him. Get him.
Right down there. Right
in the backfield. You're not going nowhere. You're stopped in the backfield. You know how it was. It was a beautiful thing. So, I remember when you came over to the Mustangs. And I remember the one thing that I remember about you most before you jumped into the boxing thing was I was like, man, this kid has an attitude, man. Like, this kid wants to fight. Like, every time we are playing, like, you want to fight. So I'm like, okay, let's see here. After football was done with the Mustangs, now I don't want to bring it out, but I remember we were talking in your inbox and you were going through some things in the hood, and I don't know if it was gang life. I'm not trying to assume anything. But I remember you was scrapping a lot in the streets, and you was going through a lot of things. And I remember jumping in your inbox, and I know you had other people inspiring you. So I'm not gonna sit there and say I was the total inspiration. So I'm not gonna go there. But I remember we had talks back and forth, and I was like, man, you got this anger in your heart. You need to do, instead of being out in the streets and wilding out and something possibly happening to you, because we see what the youth is going through right now. I made the suggestion as well. It's like, man, why don't you take up boxing? Why don't you think about doing boxing? Because number one, you had the height. The height is what you had, and there's not a lot of people that are. You're about 6'2", right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll call you Baby Hitman Hearns. So we already got that name from your little radio interview you did. But with that height and that long reach, it was like, you got this anger. Why don't you try to go into boxing? So when you decided to actually go into the boxing ring, did you instantly be like, yeah, this is my sport? What did you feel about it when you jumped right into it?
Like instantly, like I know people say love at first sight. It was the first day I walked in there.
Really?
I knew this is where I needed to be.
Right.
I can do what I wanted to do. I can fight and not get in trouble for it.
Exactly.
So it was just like, oh yeah, I love it here. I love it.
So
I love it.
How long you been in the sport? I'm playing one of your videos right now. How long you been in the sport?
So I've been boxing for 5 years now.
5 years, man. That's been that long.
Yeah. Well, no, actually 6. I want to say 6. Yes, because I started when I was 18.
Okay. Oh wow, that's been forever.
No, 19.
Okay.
It was 18 or 19, 1 and 2.
18 or 19. So you said it was love at first sight. You started training. Obviously, I'm showing one of your videos right now that you gave me, and I'm letting them kind of see what's going on, see some of your skill set. Now, as far as the boxing goes, when you started getting into the ring, you said it was love at first sight. What really excites you the most about boxing, and when you're out there in the ring, what do you really like besides, you can't get in trouble and, you ain't going to jail by knocking somebody out? What else really excites you about the boxing thing?
Competing. I love competing, and I love to see, like, where people heart is at.
Mm-hmm.
That's my main thing, because my heart, I got a big heart. Definitely when it comes down to fighting, like, I got a big heart, and I love to see, like, where's your heart at?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take this? Can you go through this? Can you take these punches and give punches back and stay boxing?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get out of focus.
Mm-hmm.
Can you stay focused? Like, that's what I really love about it. Competing.
Now,
Competing.
is the discipline in that boxing a whole different level?
Yes, it's a whole totally different level.
And let me ask
you
you
gotta
something.
understand.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, because you gotta understand, because it's like every time somebody punch you, your mind is going into oh, he punched me, I gotta punch him back.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go into that. You gotta stay focused and be up like, okay, he got me. Okay, I'm gonna get him back soon. I'm gonna get him back. Boom, now I got him back. I didn't rush to get him back, but I got him back in time.
Right. So let me ask you this. So you said it's a lot. Is it a lot more mental than physical in the ring?
Yes, I would say yes.
And why would you say that is more mental than physical in the ring?
Because soon as like your mental gone,
mm-hmm.
you're gone. Like your fight's over. Soon as you lose the mental, your fight is over. But soon as you lose your winner, you got a second win to kick in. Your second win is gonna kick in. But when your mental's gone, you don't have you really don't have a second mental that's gonna kick in. When somebody mess up your first mental, you already kind of messed up already, and somebody can take you out while you messed up for that split second.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think the mental is more.
Now, you said, what is your current record right now, and what weight class are you in? Because I have my homeboy Eastside Harold who jumped in here. What is your weight class that you're going to be fighting in as well?
As a pro, I will be fighting in light welterweight, and my record right now is 25-10.
Right. And now you're 6'2" with a long ass reach, and you're in that division. That's a pretty good division for that kind of height. Because I know one thing, one of the reasons why people were telling me when I did a little bit of boxing was I knew my height advantage. And even when I watched boxing, I knew the height advantage when you're going against maybe shorter opponents and you can keep that reach. You got that good reach. That's key because you can keep them away from you. What would you say your strengths are really in the boxing ring? Like, what are you a power puncher, combination? Can you go both ways? Talk to me about what do you think are your strong points as far as boxing as a whole?
One of my strongest points is I can switch.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. I can switch. A lot of fighters can't switch. I can switch. I can do both. I can do orthodox. I can do southpaw. But my main thing, my jab, is that jab. Once I get that jab going, nobody can mess with me. Long as I keep that jab popping, nobody can mess with me. That jab is just like, it's the love of my life. Is just so dangerous. Definitely, like you said, my length.
Mm-hmm.
How tall I am, what people I'm gonna be fighting. If I keep my jab pumping, it's gonna be easy work.
So, do you find out when you box a lot of people out there that they are a lot shorter than you, and you automatically go in there thinking, oh well, he's a lot shorter than me, I can really go ahead and take advantage of them with this jab? Do you mentally already have that approach when you kind of see them, or what is kind of your approach when you're kind of going in the ring?
When I'm going to the ring, I don't worry about the height, because I know some short people that can get under me and go straight to my body.
Right.
They can go straight. That's a good thing about being short. When you fight a tall fighter, you can get under and go right into someone's body.
Right.
So no, I don't go off that. I go off once, basically after the first round. The first round, test them out. Then I see like, okay, I know what he's doing. But I never judge nobody as soon as I see him. I don't do that. I learned that the hard way.
You said you learned that the hard way?
Yes, I learned that the hard way.
Tell me how you learned it. Give me an example how you learned that the hard way.
Basically, I want to say it was my first fight, for real.
Really?
I fought my first fight. Seeing him, I'm all a little cocky, like, oh yeah, I know I can beat him. Oh, look at him. Oh yeah. And then got it there. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't beat me, but he beat me. They say he won on the point. So
right. But so was he more of a tactician? Was he more of a like technical fighter towards you, or what was that kind of fight like?
He was more. He was more technical. I was out there. It was my first fight. I was trying to just come out there and fight. He was more technical. He was boxing.
Right.
He was using his jab. He was moving off his jab. He just was doing more boxing than me.
Exactly, and just like my boo thing said, she said, don't judge a book by a cover, and that's a lot of the street fighting. You see a lot of people in the streets, you think, oh yeah, I can take him, I can go ahead and knock him out, and buddy, it'd be a totally different thing. Hey, I be trying to be thinking about that now. When I see people in the streets now, I be thinking, yeah, I can handle you, but then I be thinking like, you don't know though, that cat might know karate or something, or he might be a golden gloves, and you doing that keeping it real goes wrong, and you thinking you bad. And then you're going to get knocked out in front of your girl, and then you think, why did I do that? I didn't have to prove that. I should have just chilled and didn't have to go that route. You feel me?
Oh, man. That's funny.
So, when are you actually turning pro?
March. Yeah, March. February 15th is my last fight. Right after that, I'm trying to get to the pro rankings.
Right.
I'm ready for the pro rankings.
So how is that process about? So you're talking about going pro. So do you have to have a certain amount of fights to be able to go pro? Tell me that process before you go pro.
No, I learned that. I thought you had. Someone told me at first, yes, you have to have a certain amount, but I learned no, because I know some people that just never had no amateur fights and just went pro.
Really?
I know MMA fighters that just jumped over and went pro.
Really?
So yeah, so I learned that. I'm like, what? Oh man, I could have been left.
So basically, you can go into boxing. You don't have to have any kind of fights, and you can actually just turn pro.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy. So do you feel like that you had to have that many a certain amount of fights to kind of prep you, or was your trainer basically saying, you know what, let's go this route before we jump in? And tell me that process.
Because okay, that process. My first coach, because I was at Dodge. I was
Uh-huh.
at Dodge for a couple of years.
Okay.
My coach, he was holding me back, telling me I need to wait. So wait for me to help me get better, so I can get better, get
Mm-hmm.
more fights under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I switched gyms, switched coaches. And, he started to see my work ethic, how I was working, and he seen that I was ready for the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided let's get ready for the next level.
So do you think, so you said you had a trainer first, you switched trainers, went to different gyms, switched trainers, but do you think those fights that you had prior prepped you to be able to go to this next level? Are you grateful that, you know what, I needed those fights before I really started, before I jumped into the ring?
Um, I would say yes. I would
Mm-hmm.
say yes. Yes,
Okay.
because only reason why I would say that because the more experience you have, it's always better.
Right.
Always better. So me having all the fights I have now instead of me trying to turn when I only had 11 fights.
Right. Right. So your age
So it
currently,
definitely helped.
right now is what, 23? 20, what's the age?
25.
25. So
Yes, sir.
now you got that. Now you have the trainer. You're getting ready to go pro. What is the realm of pro like between amateur and pro? What's the biggest difference between amateur and pro?
I would say your training and your dedication.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different level that you have to do now. Like you really have to train. Like remember, you was only training an hour, 2 hours a day. No, you got to up it. You got to go to 2 days, 3 days. You got to really wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You go run your mouth. Like amateur, you can skip out on that. Like, oh nah, it's cool. I don't want to do that.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna go train today. But as
Right.
a pro, you have to go train. Like, oh no, I'm going to go train today.
Right. So you really have to be dedicated to your craft when you declare and go pro.
Yes, sir.
So there's basically no days off. Is when you go train right now as an amateur, was it every single day or is it like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays? Whereas if you go pro, it's every single day. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day.
Well, the way we set up, the way I train now, when you train at a rec center, some days the rec center don't be open.
Uh-huh.
So some days we get to get a rest because the rec center don't be open.
Uh-huh. So let me ask you this. You got your trainer right now. Now, when you go actually officially go pro, you have your first fight. Are these fights paid for after that? You get paid after this?
Yes, I get paid after the fights you will get paid. You get a paycheck.
So when now I don't know the whole boxing process. So let's say you go pro, right? Your first few fights, whether you win or lose, are you still getting a purse?
Yes.
Okay, explain that to me.
Truth, I'm gonna say I really don't know too much into it. I just know, I just been dipping and dabbing, paying
Right.
attention a lot.
Right.
But whatever you sign for, whatever that contract says, that's what you get in, win, lose, or draw.
Really? Okay, so they actually draw up contracts before everything is settled and say, you know what, this is what you're gonna get. Now, do you come in it where if you're go ahead.
One thing, ticket sales. In the ticket sales, that's not included in the contract. But whatever you sell, you can get money off of them tickets. You get to keep a percentage of the tickets you sell.
Oh, really? So,
but that's not included until what I already told you. Say I'm giving you $1,000 for this fight. That's not including the ticket sales. You get $1,000 plus ticket sales.
Okay. But now, do you have a whole bunch of other people that's going to be pulling from you if you get this money, right? Let's say you win. You get $1,000 or whatever. Does that get taxed? Do you have to say, well, I got to pay my trainer, I got to pay this, I got to pay that? Do you have to pay all those other things, just like, let's say, a rapper or anything like that, before you even get to see your money? How does that process? Because I want to know how that really happens.
I would want to say it depends on your trainer and who you're working with. Because, some trainers be like, I know you're not getting too much money your first couple fights, so I'm not going to take no money out of your purse.
Okay.
I'm going to let you rack up your money. But once you start making big money,
right,
that's when you start paying me.
Right. Okay.
It depends on the trainer, who you're working with.
Okay, so they have trainers and they have managers. the managers come in the fold when you start really knocking people out or really getting a good record. That's when these managers start saying, hey, I want to check you out. Come over here and sign with this team right over on with us. Is that how it kind of happens? How does that process where the manager becomes involved with the trainer and yourself?
Just racking. Keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
You keep winning. They see that you winning. They see you still got that O for real, and they see you winning. The managers gonna come.
Right. Now, as far as that process goes, is there managers? Is there like managing teams out there? Let's say in the Columbus, Ohio area, are there a lot of managing teams out in the Columbus, Ohio area, or is it kind of worldwide? And then they just kind of inbox you? Do they contact your trainer? How do they come about meeting you?
It is a lot. It's some in Columbus. I gonna say it's a lot in Columbus, but it is some in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
But worldwide, 9 times out of 10, it's social media. Now
right.
9 times out of 10 they reaching out on social media.
Uh-huh.
They reach out to you on Instagram or Facebook. Reach out to you.
Uh-huh. And did they just come and say, hey, I'm blah blah blah, I've been checking you out, I'm interested in seeing what you're talking about. Now, as far as what the manager goes, do they put you in a contract? Like, okay, you're going to be with us for 3 or 4 years, and this is what you're going to do. You get what I'm saying? How does that process work as far as if they like you and they sign you? What does that really entail? Do they, like, once they sign you, you're theirs? How does that really go?
It depends on how long you sign with them. They get the years. Like, when you sign with them, okay, it is like it's a promoter, too. It's a promoter. You can have a promoter, you can have manager. Your manager, however y'all want to do that contract, okay, you're going to be my manager for 5 years. We sign a 5-year contract or a 3-year contract. But then, you got your promoter that picks your fight, that finds you a fight, that match you a fight.
Okay. Now
and they get to pick, like, how many fights. They get to sign on the contract how many fights did you fight with it.
Okay, now I've been seeing these boxers out here when they say, oh, you got all these pro victories, but you ain't fought nobody. Does your manager or your promoter or trainer or whatever, do they kind of set it up to where, oh, we'll give you 5 good, easy, not maybe easy fights, but we want to kind of rack you up with some good wins so we can kind of push you over here. Does that happen, or how does that really fold out as well?
That's how they do it. They build you up.
Okay.
They build you up. They pick your opponents for you, pick you the right opponents.
Okay.
Build you up so you can get up in the rankings. Yep, trying to get you up in the rankings fast.
How hard is it to get in the rankings?
Truthfully, honestly, how the game looking right now, it's not hard at all. It's not hard. I don't feel like it's not hard.
And in your division, is it pretty wide open? Who's the tops in your division right now? Your weight class, your weight class right now. Who's the tops? Because I used to be a boxing head way back in the day, but when all that stuff happened, I kind of moved away from boxing. Who's the top guy in your division right now?
See, right now in my division, I would probably say my top dog is I would have to really worry about. Depends on where he keep his weight at, because his weight keep moving. Javante Davis.
Didn't he just get in trouble?
He keep moving. Yeah, he just got arrested.
Hey, ho! I just got to give a shout out to my dog, Young Wilson, for the 499 holla from my Aloha Hawaii. What's up with your big dog? Go Cowboys and go Jhill, because that's my dog. But yeah, didn't he just got in trouble because I don't watch it, but I just happened to look on Facebook where he walked in there, snatched her up by her throat.
I don't think it was by his throat, though. I think
it was close. It was close, dog. Come on now. He was grabbing. I was like, whoa, come on now, dog. Jhill, come on. He was grabbing throats. What happened with that?
Not to change. Yeah, listen, my thought is, this is my thought. He seen her sit in front row seat and seen a nigga next to her trying to talk to her, and he wasn't having it.
I see what happened because he said, "No, you done. This conversation's over. You're not talking to
over."
He said, "You're not talking to him no more. Get up now. Get up and get out. Let's go." You know that conversation, right? When you grab him right quick, you're like, "Let's go. I'm not talking to you no more. You better get up out of here. Let's go." But.
Oh man!
But so he's the top guy. Is he a badass? Is he the truth?
Yeah. Yeah, he the truth. I ain't gonna lie. I don't see nobody beating besides me.
Okay. So, what's
You
his?
know, when I get the experience up there.
Okay. So, how old is he right now?
I want to say, what old is Javante? He ain't that old. He young. I say about 20, 21.
Ooh, he's a
Or he a
young
little
buck.
older than that. But
He
yeah,
look
he's
old.
young. He's still real young.
Really? Yeah, he looks older. I thought he was about
Yeah.
25, 26 years old, but he's only like 21 years old.
If I'm not mistaken, because I know he's still young, unless he can't be no older than 23. I want to put that out there. No older than 23, but he's not old at all. He's young. He's a young, fresh, but he's just hot headed. His mind just that money. It's that money.
Right.
Floyd giving him too much money. Floyd, you better start holding that boy money back.
So Floyd is he team Floyd?
TMM. Yep. He on Floyd. Yep.
Oh, so yeah, he eating for real, for real. So
He for real, for real.
yeah, he eating real good if you on Floyd, and you know Floyd want to keep that. So let me ask you something. You have TMM. Where'd you get the TMM from? Did you just came out of nowhere with it? What? And tell them, what does it mean?
TMM. TMM means team money motivated. It is my family business. Me and my brothers, I forget exactly the conversation, but I know we were just talking like, yeah, we need to start our own stuff, and then all of a sudden somebody was like, team money motivated. It was like, hey, that got a catch to it. Team money motivated, and then we just start running with it. Merch coming soon. More merch is coming real soon. TMM merch coming real soon.
Well, you better make that merch pop because you got to knock cats out. Now, let me ask you this. You said your jab is really good. Are you considered more of a power puncher, or do you have power? Because you are kind of a light guy. You was 6'2", and you say you about 140.
Yeah, walk around 140.
Okay. Now, like I said, that's that Hitman Hearns, tall and lanky, but he had power behind his shots. And, a lot of people, I'm a slim dude too. I'm about 6'1". I'm a slim dude. And you know how they try to slip on us, Jhill. They're always trying to slip on us slim guys. They you know it. They always trying to slip on us, dog.
Always.
They always trying to think, oh yeah, we got him. He's slim. We got him. And then they see them hands. They're like, whoa! I didn't even know my eye was gonna get split open like that. I didn't know my eye was gonna get split like that. I didn't know my ribs was gonna hurt like that. I didn't know he was gonna give me the body like that because he ain't big, but he got power. Do you consider yourself a power puncher as well, or are you strictly that jab guy combo? I can switch up on you and knock you. I can beat you up all rounds, or you know what? I got enough power that I can pretty much take you out pretty much easily in his first few rounds.
I feel like I got power, but I feel like I'm more of I'm a outpoint you. I'm a abuse you with these punches. Light, fast, touch, we get up out of there, change angles. So I would say I'm a mover.
You like to move?
Really ain't a power puncher.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna let them see this fight again. I'm gonna switch it over here right quick. I'm gonna let them see that fight again. Let me see. There they go. But all right. So I'm not gonna be holding you all night because I know you got to do your thing. So are you looking to stay out here in the Columbus, Ohio area and kind of make your mark out here in Columbus, Ohio, or are you willing to kind of just, you know what, my trainer says we need to go out to this state and we kind of need to make it happen here? What are your kind of plans with staying in this area or kind of possibly moving out?
My goal is to stay in Columbus and train in Columbus, but I'm going anywhere for a fight. I'm traveling anywhere. I will come anywhere to fight you. Yes, I will come anywhere.
Okay.
But I want to stay training in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. So, how's your mom feel about your career?
That's a real sweet situation because when we was in a fight in Youngstown, rest in peace to him, we seen a young man die in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So that's real tough on her. That's real tough on her. So she got mixed feelings about it. Mm-hmm. She just always tell me, just protect yourself. Protect yourself. Mm-hmm. She don't like talking to me about it. She just always makes sure telling me to protect myself, though.
So do you ever do you be cognizant when you're in the ring? Do you ever worry about that? Like, this guy could hit me in the head one too many times and this could happen. Do you ever think about that when you're in the ring, or you just kind of go in there and say, this is my profession, this is just what I do?
While I'm fighting, no, it may be going through my mind before I go to the fight, at the ring, the walk towards the fight, or before the warm up walk. But once I get in the ring, all I'm thinking about is boxing. I can't think about all that.
Right, right. Now I got a question here from a Ben Barr. He says, what do you think about Danny Garcia?
I like Danny. I like Danny Garcia, but he's standing there too much. He can't. He don't move.
He don't
He
move.
stands there too much. He don't move. A lot of fighters. He gonna run into fighters that move a lot. Like, that's the reason why he lost to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was moving on him. He wasn't standing there with him. He was moving. But I love Danny though. I love him. I can't wait to somebody fight him. Somebody give him a chance. Earl Spence. He don't want Terrence Crawford though. Don't nobody want to smoke with Terrence Crawford.
Okay, so that's what I've been hearing about Terrence Crawford. Is so he's like the truth. Why is Terrence Crawford so daggone good? And even Errol Spence. Why are those two? Why is Spence good as well? Tell me about those two guys.
I want to say Terrence Crawford. He's so good. One thing I want to point out again, because he can switch. He can switch on you, and he uses his jab. He's smart. He outthinks you. He outthinks his fighter. And he switched. Like, once again, I'm gonna say that again. He switched. That messes people's mind up when you switch on him. But in Earl Spence, I want to say about him his heart. He got a big heart. He's not gonna give up. He's not gonna give up. And he got hella skill. Hella skill. He's not gonna give up though. He got that heart of a champion. He's not gonna give up. All he want, like, you want to fight? We gonna fight. We gonna box? We gonna box. But he gonna bite down. He gonna fight you.
So basically, he can come. You think Spence is a guy that can do anything with you? Like, if you want to be a tactician, I can tactician with you. If you want to brawl, I can brawl with you. Is he that type of fighter to you?
Yeah, but he just can't switch. That's the only thing. He ain't got that switching in this category. But all that other stuff, he got everything else. He just can't switch.
So switching is pretty big, almost kind of like maybe a switch hitter in baseball. Like, you can go both ways on the baseball diamond. So is that really huge in the boxing game? If you're a person that can do multiple styles and you can switch styles, do you feel like you automatically have the advantage over another boxer if he's only one way?
No, I wouldn't say automatically, but I'm just saying, who trains for that? Who's in their camp and be like, okay, we got a sparring partner that can switch. Only way they're gonna do that once they know they fighting you. But not talented, they're not gonna train for that. They're not gonna train for a fighter that's keeps switching on you, and you good both ways and you're dangerous both ways.
Right.
It's just hard to train for.
Right. So you take pride in that, because I would take pride in that. If I was a boxer and I could hit you both ways, I would take pride in that, and I would use that to my advantage in that ring all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be coming back and forth on you because I want you to never not get a beat on what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to have you thinking I'm going to stay this way the whole time, and then the next round I'm going to come in and just switch a whole style on you. So you just kind of be discombobulated in your brain, and then now I'm just working you because you don't know what I'm doing. Do I sound like a boxer right now, Jhill? Do I sound like a boxer right now, Jhill? Do I sound like a boxer? Yeah. I sound like what? I could have been what? Dog, I'm trying to tell you, I could have been nasty. Jhill, if I wasn't so old, I could have been nasty dog in the day, because I'm telling you, I'm a southpaw, number one. I'm a southpaw, and I'll bust you in your head. And I know I could probably switch, and I got that reach, and you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of power behind me, and plus, I ask my boo thing. I don't mind pain. You can hit me. It's cool. That kind of stuff don't bother me. I get into it. Like, okay, you hit me. Come on, oh, you want to hit me now? Come on, hit me again. I like that. I got a party. That's why I think I'd have been kind of good. See, look at you laughing. You already know. See, you know. I like that. You can hit me again, bruh. I'll be sticking my face out there. Hit me again, and then I'm gonna hit you with a 4-5 combo piece till your dome. You gonna be laying on the ground. That's how I do it. See, you
off the chain.
Yeah, you already know. So, before we get up off here, what are some of your goals heading into? You're getting ready to turn pro. Excitement's in the air. You just had a nice little radio interview as well. What are you kind of looking? What are your goals in the boxing game? What are you looking to really get out of it? I know everybody wants to get paid, and hey, you want me to take care of my mom and do those type of things. But what are your kind of goals that you're trying to get out of the boxing thing?
I want to bring my city together. That's my main goal. I want to get my city on the right track, right back on the right mind state, getting our city to come together, to be a city, not pieces of the city, a city all together. That's my main goal for real. Kids, the youth. My main thing is the youth. I really want to help the youth. I want to show the youth what we didn't get to get showed for real a lot of the time. Like not having a father figure in our life,
Mm-hmm.
growing up without a dad. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to be like a big brother. I want to be that big brother for kids that don't have that big brother.
That's really nice because you know what? I went through that when I was a kid, not really having my father around. Well, he actually wasn't around. And, that really has a big impact on a lot of us youth, a lot of the youth today. And then when we see a lot of things that are happening in these streets, it goes to that. So that's really huge. Now, haven't you already started? I seen you already started doing some kind of mentoring and already started doing some coaching already. Have you? Have I seen on your
Yeah.
Facebook? Has that? What's about that? What about that?
Yeah, at my gym, I get there early because we let the kids train before the adults train. So I make sure I get there early so
Mm-hmm.
I can help the kids and show them the way of what they supposed to do. And the kids love me. I don't know. It's something about the kids. They love me. They love my work ethic, and I love their work ethic. It's some kids that's in my gym. I love their work ethic. Shout out to Q. I love your kids. They work ethic something crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's a beautiful thing when you can get kids at an early age. When you can get kids at an early age really looking up to you and following you, I think that's even more inspiration to what you're trying to do later in life as far as your boxing career. Because now you feel like, you know what, I got these kids watching me. I got these kids looking up to me. So, I want to even make them even more proud. I want them to show what I bring to the table, but also I want to show them that they can be great. So trust me, I've been keeping tabs on you. I know. You're funny as hell because when I listen to you on your Facebook, just the stuff that you be talking is just funny as hell. You just be having me cracking up. But I always be following, listening, watching your fights and checking you out and seeing what you're doing. But I think that's one of the biggest things that you're doing right now, Jalen, is really reaching out to the youth. A lot of the young people are lost nowadays. And to see, I'm just going to give you props because I remember – when you first came with the Mustangs and started playing football, I was like, man, I don't know about this one. I said, I don't know about this kid. He wild. He just wild, and I just don't know it. And I just would look at your Facebook. I said, man, this kid crazy. Like, this kid is certified crazy. Like, for real, he's certified crazy. And that's when you remember our talks. I'd be like, come on, Jay, you can't be saying that you can't say that on the Facebook, dog. Like, you can't say you're gonna go beat up 10 people at your hood. You can't say you can't do that, dog. Like, you just can't. But I just want to give you props because I love how you stayed with this because a lot of people give up. A lot of people say, you know what, forget all this because I remember you had some trials and tribulations that you were going through, couldn't get to the gym at this time or couldn't do this and you were going through some things. But I really give you props for staying with this particular sport and persevering because a lot of people quit. A lot of people don't follow their dreams. A lot of people just quit and go back into the streets or go back into the hood and do those type of things and say, bump it. But I really feel like you're going to be a success story. And I can't wait till that story really blows up and we'll look back and say, you know what? Remember when we did that interview on Silver and Blue Nation? Look at you now, dog. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and speak this into existence that you're going to be great when you turn pro. We're going to speak to existence that you're going to be a dominant dog and animal in that boxing field. And we're going to speak into existence that you're going to be a champion. We're going to go ahead and speak that into existence because guess what? When we see the Earl Spences and those guys that have won, I'm sure they had these kind of things go on too. And I'm sure maybe people may have doubted them and say, yeah, okay. But guess what? Now look at them. And I think this is going to be the same situation. I have a great feeling about it. And that's why I brought you on because I want you to be able to tell your story, where you came from, what you're doing, and where you're going to head to. Now, before we get off here, do you have any shout outs to anybody that you want to shout out, talk about, anything like that?
Yes. First, I want to say thank God And I want to say thank you for believing in me from the first day you met me playing football. Because
Yes,
you
for
always
sure.
believed in me.
Mm-hmm.
From that day, you believed in me. Everything that I went through, like you said, everything that I went through, you was there. I remember the time you gave me a ride to my fight?
Yeah.
You gave me a ride to my fight, up to the gym so I can make it to my fight. I remember that. I remember everything you taught me, told me. You showed me some fatherly stuff. You showed me how to become a man in a lot of ways. So I want to tell you thank you, and I really appreciate you from the
Hey.
bottom of my heart.
Hey,
Coach J.
I appreciate that. Hey, I appreciate that. That's what I'm here for. You know, people were there before me to help me. When I got a little bit older, so I felt like it was a definite give back, and I just felt like, when I seen you, I just felt like, man, this kid's got something. He's got something, and then when you got into that boxing ring, I said, you know what? That's his sport. When you actually went and did it, we had talked about it in the we remember
Buddy.
when you were in boxing, and I was like, man, dude, just go
Yeah, I
box,
do.
just go box, okay? Stop beating these people up in the
I
streets
do.
and just go box. Like, stop doing that in the streets. I know you're mad. I know you're angry. Go in the ring and beat them up legally. You don't have to be out in the streets and beating them up illegally.
Come here.
Beat them up legally, and I'm glad that you have stayed with it, and I've watched your career grow from when you started out in the very beginning to see it now. I'm just very excited and where you're headed. Any other shout outs you want to give? Moms, brothers, anything?
Yes. I want to give a shout out to my mother, Cece. Big OG Cece. Shout out to all my brothers and my sisters, Youngstown, Kentucky, Atlanta, all my family all around the world. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsor. My sponsor, Pro One. My barber, he be getting me together right now. I ain't gonna get together, but he gonna get me together though for my
He
fight.
better get you together for
Shout
that
out to
fight.
him though. He be getting me together though. Shout out to my sponsor. And I'm looking for more sponsors. If y'all willing to open your eyes and see the future, I am the future. So if y'all know anybody that want to sponsor me, help me out, get to where we want to go.
Tell
We
them where
gonna do
they
it
can
as a
find
team.
you.
Let's go.
Give them your information.
Team
Let
Money
them know.
Motivated.
Tell them your Facebook or
You
whatever.
can hit me up. TMM Jhill Senior. And on Instagram is THA_Gladiator.
Ha! I love it. Gladiator. Look at you.
And please, if you can, please, February 15th, please come out. Hit me up for tickets. I got tickets, $10 a ticket. Please come out. I'm going to put on a show. It's my last dance. The last amateur fight. I'm going to put on a show. Please come out. Please come support. Barrick Rec Center, out south. Please come support. If you need more details, it will be on my page. Please hit me up.
Yes, please hit him up, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all better check this man out because this kid is going to be somebody you're gonna remember. I'm trying to tell you, I knew from the day one when I said do boxing, and other people said it to you too, and you said it was I believe you. I believe when you said you walked in there that first day and said, okay, yeah, this is mine. This is all me. This is what I'm meant to do. I just believe that this is what you were called to do. For real, I really believe, and I feel like that beyond this, just like you said, how the kids are looking up to you, I really believe you're going to have a lot more kids following you, and you're going to be that leader. You're going to be that person that they look up to you, and I believe you have the mind frame to do that. So this is what God called you to do, bro. This is what God called you to do. So this is what God called you to do. This is your talent. So please continue to make that talent grow because this is what you're called to do. Not just with boxing, because you have so many other people that are going to be looking up to you to follow you. And now you can be that light and you can be that guide. Just like me and you were talking. How you said I was a father figure towards you, you're going to be a father figure to these other kids out here. You're going to be the man that they're going to be looking up to you. You're going to be the one that you're going to be guiding. So continue. You're carrying a torch. Okay? Just like people passed the torch to you or showed you things, now you're going to be carrying that same torch, and make sure you represent it well because you're going to have a mountains of youth following you. So you continue to make that seed that was planted in you grow, because it's going to grow to a beautiful thing and you're going to be unstoppable. And I can't wait to see your career just blossom and blow up. And it's going to be awesome, man. And everybody who ever doubted you, dog, everybody who ever doubted you, they're going to eat them words.
That's what hey, they going to eat it. eat them. They is gonna eat them.
They
That's
gonna do that
motivation for
Zeke
me. That's
thing.
my.
They gonna
I
be
ain't gonna
doing
say
that
that's my
Zeke
main
thing.
motivation.
Talk to me. Tell me.
That's my motivation. That's my motivation. Everybody that doubted me, every teacher that doubted me, every principal that doubted me, every person that doubted me, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong, and y'all gonna eat everything y'all said about me.
That's
Everything y'all said about me. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. It's too many names, but shout out to everybody that believed in me, because it's a lot of people that I mess with that believed in me and that still believed in me. Even when I was going through my bad stages, they still believed in me. They seen something in me. They didn't give up on me. A lot of people gave up on me. I can say a lot of people gave up on me. But once again, shout out to my supporters. I don't have fans. I have supporters.
right.
Shout out to everybody that support me, helps me. Everybody, y'all know who y'all is. If y'all be at the gym working with me, shout out to y'all. If y'all be at home watching me, shout out to y'all. But February 15th, come see me put on a show. Come watch me live.
Yes, please go check them out. So we when we do this, there's a lot of people that see us, nationwide, worldwide. But if you are in the Columbus, Ohio area, please give them the date and give them the place and the time for them to be there. If they're watching this video right now, Jhill.
Yes, it will be February 15th, 5 p.m. The show will start at 5 p.m. at Barrett Community Rec Center on the South Side.
And get them tickets. Like I said, get them tickets. Find out. He gave you the information. You can rewatch the video if you want to find out more information. But please, if you're in the Columbus, Ohio area, go support this young man. I'm telling you, he's got a. And I ain't just saying this because he played for me and I have him on the show. I'm not just saying this because I don't just hype up people I don't believe in. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm not that dude. Like, if I don't really think that you that guy, I'm not going to hype it up. I'm just Jhill, like my son, when he started rapping, he was doing all this stuff. I said, okay, let me check your lyrics out before I get to praising you, because I'm not going to hype you up if you can't rap. I'm not going to say you a good rapper just because you my son and you terrible and trash. I'm going to be like, you know what? Maybe you should go to school. I ain't gonna tell you no lies over here. I ain't gonna tell you no lies over here. You gonna get the truth over here. But man, hey, I'm proud of you. Thank you for giving me your time. Continue to make this thing grow. And once again, go check my man out February 15th. What's the gym again?
Can I say one more thing?
Say whatever you want.
Shout out to Cowboy Nation. Even though I ain't my favorite team, but my mom love the Cowboys.
She love them Cowboys.
So shout out to the Cowboys. Y'all got to get it together, though.
We trying to get. Now listen, we trying to get it together, Jhill. We got rid of Jason Garrett, and I know your mom was crying about him. I know she was mad about him. You know what I'm saying? So now,
yeah.
So now we got a new coaching staff. So now it looks great. It looks like brighter days, but you can't never tell. You never know what happens. But yes, she is dedicated. That's why I love her to death, because how about them Cowboys all day, all night.
How about them Cowboys?
When we met a long time ago when you first started football, I said, I had my Cowboys hat. She said, oh, yeah, I like you already. you remember that first song? And I had my Cowboys. She said, yeah, I like you.
Oh,
you Cowboys,
man.
I'm Cowboys. You good. My son playing for you. I love it. Hey, and make sure you tell her I said hi, because I haven't been able to talk to her in forever. So make sure and tell her I said hi. I love her and all that good stuff. I miss her, and tell her how about them Cowboys? Boo, Michigan. I ain't no Ohio State fan, but boo.
He said, how about them Cowboys? Boo, Michigan. Hey, I knew it was coming.
You know it was coming. You think I was gonna let you go?
I knew it was coming.
You know I was gonna get that last dig in. I was gonna get it in. I was gonna get that dig in before I left. You know what I'm saying? Saying, yeah, okay. How about them Cowboys? But Michigan, they kind of terrible.
Go blue. Oh man.
Got a little bit of blue somewhere in your sock.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All day.
Thank you for having me, Coach J. I really appreciate you, and I really do. I really, really appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you, big dog, and I know there's bigger and brighter days ahead, and you just stay on that grind. And remember, even when you at your lowest, when you feeling this and that, you always got somebody there for you. And you can always inbox me. You can always hit me up. You can always talk to me about anything you're going through. I am always an ear for you to hear because I know you're going to be great. And I can't wait to watch your career just blossom and grow. All right. So anybody who was in here and checked out the feed, I'm gonna share this around. Please find out about my young stud because he is about to be a dog in this boxing game. Check out that fight February 15th if you want information. TMMM, Team Money Making, Jalen Hill. You can check him out on his Facebook if you want to find information. Inbox him, find out all the good stuff. But he's about to make this happen, and he's going to be the next great. And I'm not just saying that. And you better prove me right. I ain't going to just jump out here and say you're going to be the next great and you be all whack out here. So you better. I'm going
to prove you. I'm going to prove you more than right.
Good, because I done put pressure on you. I done put hella pressure on you right now. I put pressure. You said you want to put pressure on them on that ring. You said,
put it on me.
You said, Coach, I like putting that pressure on them. Well, I put the pressure on you, so go ahead and let's eat and go ahead and do this thing and let's become champions and let's get money. You said TMM, let's get this money, dog.
Team Money Motivated, let's get it.
Yeah, let's get this. Hey, so for everybody, like I said, we didn't do football today because it's slow out there. It's the off season. Yeah, we talked about Dak Prescott. I talked about him a couple days ago. I ain't talking about him for another few days because I'm tired of talking about him. So we'll talk about some other things. Cowboys coming up. I got some good interviews coming up. Brandon Tucker will be coming up in a few days with the training. We'll have our draft roundtable that's getting ready to pop off. So make sure you continue to stay tuned for Silver and Blue Nation Big Game James. But this is something that I want to kind of go against the grind and show that we do more than football. We do basketball, we do boxing, we can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to hold us from doing what we're trying to do. So I appreciate anybody who was in the feed. Appreciate you today. Thank you for coming in and making this interview happen for me, dog. And I love you for life, and we're about to get this grind, and thank you. And we'll be talking to everybody soon, all right? So with that being said, Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James, I'm out, and we'll talk to you soon. Go find out about my man, Jhill. All right? Peace.
Silver and Blue Nation, let's go.
Let's go.